Pass it to my boys Chuck Hollow and Polo. Real heads listening, not just to the intros. Knowledge of the realness, y'all should really feel this. Always down the ball, hard on y'all's witness. This here's really for the real thing. For those who've never really been bandwagon fans, listen to the real talk straight up from the stands.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the second episode of FTS After the Buzzer. So, hindi pag after the buzzer, hindi siya counted.
Yeah, hindi siya counted. Our opinions do not matter.
Just like this podcast. Okay, so we talked about the final series in episode 12 from the stands, and we decided na, you know what? We need to talk about the Commissioner's Cup. And you know what? You know what makes the Commissioner's Cup special? They're the imports.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Pero tayo din, may import din.
Of course. Yung anak ni Chuck, nandito sa harap namin. So, if there are squealing noises, that's nothing more than Chuck's son. Do not be afraid.
Actually, that's me.
Yeah.
If I don't agree with you, then you will hear me just squealing like a baby.
Okay. The thing about the Commissioner's Cup imports is it's unlimited height for most of the teams pa rin, diba? I mean, just for Mahindra. Okay, it's tall imports. Let's just put it there. Sorry. Yeah. They're the imports na 6'9" and above. 6'9", 6'10" and above. And the thing there is, a lot of teams either get a boost from these imports because they're teams that need big men. Teams like Meralco, teams like Global Port really get a boost from these big men imports na talagang kailangan nila yung additional ceiling. But then there are other imports naman na there are other teams that really don't have that right match of imports. Like San Miguel last year. Take for example, because of the unlimited height that they were, or because of the height advantage that they were given.
They tried to use it.
They tried to use it. Nagkagulo yung team nila.
They tried to do big with Junmar and ano.
So it really comes down to that. Parang which teams really need the imports versus teams that might not be able to that won't get a bump.
Let's be clear no na like you do need an import here. It's just that
finding the right import.
Yeah, plus parang you're like what you said nga, parang dahil may height limit, teams tend to try to get a import, a big import. But then there are other teams naman that don't. That they try to look for swingmen, they try to look for for power forwards na medyo stretch. But what happens is parang mindset is sayang din naman yung opportunity to get a big import. So
hindi lang yun, but you also have players that don't perform well with imports there. Because let's say Calvin Abueva traditionally hasn't performed well when there are bigger imports because of difficulties with the height. Parang he can't seem to attack as well as when it's just Junmar Fajardo there. When it's Junmar Fajardo and a 6'10" import, it's much more difficult to do Calvin Abueva things. Especially when you can't overwhelm them athletically, which Calvin does.
Sure. Okay, so I believe you prepared a list of the imports and ano. So who are some of the imports you think are gonna get a bump?
Let's talk about imports na we're familiar with.
Okay.
So let's start with Alaska.
Woo!
Alaska.
I mean, great team.
Rob Dozier is back. Rob Dozier is back. And we know how good Alaska can be with Rob Dozier. And I feel that Alaska gets a bump up with Rob Dozier because they can rest Sonny Thos. They don't have to play Sonny Thos as much. And Rob Dozier is the guy that they can depend on to be able to be that additional big guy in the Yung worry lang ng some fans with Alaska, some mindset with Alaska is they're now a running team. Last time Rob Dozier was there, they were triangle
slow it down kind of team. Sure. I totally agree. They're gonna get a bump with Dozier. The only question is what kind of a bump are they gonna get? Is he gonna fit in seamlessly with what Alaska's trying to do, or kumaga is his time with the Aces done? Kasi the last time he was here, they actually didn't make it to the semis or to the finals, if I'm not mistaken.
Quarterfinals lang sila.
Yeah, so nandun yung tanong na parang, is he still the same Dozier that Alaska fans have grown to love?
Dapat si Diamond Simpson na lang kinuha nyo.
DC.
BC siya being 6'10".
BC with the height limit.
Okay, quick question though. Do you think Dozier and Manuel operating in the same space is good for Alaska, or will it be a difficult thing?
I think the fact that Manuel has sort of stretched this game and is a bit more flexible in terms of offense, that's going to help. I mean, you need a Dozier. You need someone who's going to defend the Fajardo, who's going to defend the Slaughter, and who's going to defend imports. And I'm thankful that Sanitos now won't have to do that forever because he just doesn't want to anymore.
All right, sige. Next, Barangay Ginebra.
Yun.
Othias Jeffers. Othias Jeffers really just played one game here.
But he was a monster in that game.
He was a monster in that game for Talking Tex. He scored 38 points, grabbed 13 rebounds. And I think the beauty about Othias Jeffers is he's a lot like Orlando Johnson in the sense that he's a swing man more than he is a big man. So he's gonna score. He's gonna be that small forward scoring punch alongside Greg Slaughter and Japeth Aguilar. So they literally have an NBA-sized front line with Othias Jeffers occupying the small forward. It's a monster lineup.
And this is what you talked about, that Ginebra is not trying to get a big man to pair with Slaughter. They're trying to get a piece similar to Denzel Bowles, I would say, for San Miguel Coffee. Someone who can just fit into whatever Coach Tim is trying to do with Ginebra, like what he did with San Miguel Coffee before.
My worry lang with this is we've seen Greg be the main guy for Ginebra, and having someone like Othias Jeffers there takes away the focus or takes away touches from Greg, and that's really my only worry. But it's never a bad thing to have a scoring beast like Othias Jeffers.
Okay.
Saya ng anak mo.
Saya niya, no?
Saya niya. Ginebra fan kasi siya.
Sure. Bump. So does he get a bump or not? Or
I think Ginebra gets a boost up.
Okay.
Because of Othias Jeffers. Okay. Let's move on to Al Thornton.
Al Thornton for NLEX.
Wow, he went hard.
Yeah.
Your son went hard.
Mateo is a fan of Asi Taulava, clearly. No, I think he's gonna be a bump because...
Boost or bump? Sorry,
boost
he's
gonna be a boost because Asi Taulava needs help.
Yeah.
Like, he's top 3 center in the PBA, but it's just gonna be... Like, he's playing on borrowed time at this point. Na parang... Plus, he's gonna have to also spend time trying to guard imports, trying to guard, other big men like Fajardo. So you need a Thornton to sort of help him out in terms of the defense.
I think it's a bump down because ang ganda ng nilaro ni Sean Anthony. And to have Sean Anthony play small forward when he's really a great stretch for Ginebra, for NLEX would have been... It's huge for Asi Taulava. So parang sa akin, having Al Thornton there takes away his position, takes away his spot. And he's brought back into the small forward. So feeling ko, makakalog ng konti yung NLEX. I'm not saying having Al Thornton there's a bad thing. Pero it'll be tougher for someone like Sean Anthony to adjust. And given how well he's played, it's...
Although it helps din kasi na Sean Anthony does come off the bench.
Okay.
So, it comes off the bench. He can just be that energy guy. He's not relied on to be a starter. And, some people are saying that NLEX is a dark horse. Especially if Kevin Alas gets healthy. I personally disagree with you. I think he's going to be a boost for this team.
Okay. Wayne Chisholm.
Wayne Chisholm.
Wayne Chisholm. Rain or shine. Bringing back Wayne Chisholm. It's a bump. It's a boost.
Well, he's the former best.
He's a former best import. I feel that bringing back an import that you're used to is always going to be a good thing for your team.
Yeah.
And I feel that Wayne Chisholm will give them that inside presence that will help guys like Ponferrada and Almazan on the team.
Do you sometimes wish that they had gotten a bigger...
No Wayne Chisholm kasi does everything that Rain or Shine does. He runs the floor, he can hit outside shots, he's a face-up player, so he fits the Rain or Shine system perfectly.
Okay. Ako personally kasi I think na they made it to the finals with Chisholm, no? They made it to the finals and they were able to sort of stretch Talking Tex to 7 games. But would they have won it if they had a bigger man to match up with, with Ivan Johnson, with all those guys? Yun yung minsan kina-question ko rin eh. Galing natin, no? Nakafocus tayo with this.
Ako pa, sanay ako sa anak mo eh.
Alam ko sa anak mo eh.
If we were doing this in your home, we'd be doing this the same way.
Yeah, so, basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Denzel Bowles, who I thought was going to Ginebra, but
wow,
Pure Foods fans would have killed me if he went to Ginebra. Denzel Bowles is back. Pure Food star. How much of a help does he bring to Pure Foods?
Denzel Bowles is basically what the shot of energy and adrenaline that star hotshots needs. Like, he's perfect for this team. This is a team that really is feeling kind of creaky, I would say.
Parang they needed someone solid to help.
Plus, it works also because Jason Webb is trying to install this sort of up-tempo, run-and-gun offense. And, that's where Bowles thrives. Like, he's a player who can do everything, who can grab the rebound, who can score and run down the floor and finish for himself. And the fact that Bowles is available, he's familiar with the team, although it's a different system similar to what Dozier is facing with Alaska. Having Bowles on your team will definitely be a boost for me.
I feel that Bowles boosts the team purely because he's there to save Pure Foods star. I feel that Pure Foods needs that glue to help keep the team together, and it's tough for them to rely on someone new. So parang get someone solid, get someone they're familiar with, para they can install some sense of familiarity with the team moving forward, especially given how new Coach Jason is.
Ano basa mo sa Star Hotshots? This conference?
Quarterfinals team. I feel that right now they're quarterfinals team because they're still learning everything new. So parang having Bowles there helps boost them into a playoff spot, but not any further than that.
Okay.
Finally, the Ivan the Conqueror.
Ivan the Conqueror,
no? That's his nickname, diba?
Or Ivan the Terrible, you can also
Ivan the Terrible, yeah.
But yeah, Ivan the Conqueror.
Okay, if there's one import na sobrang mismatch sa personality ng team niya, it's Ivan Johnson, right? Because Tex is the cool, calm...
Tex is your office mate who comes into work at 9 o'clock and punches out at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Day after day after day after day, they do that.
Si Ivan Johnson, siya yung nag-OT hanggang 10. Pero all the time, he's, complaining about OT.
No, or Ivan Johnson is your office mate na papasok ng 10 o'clock. Tapos uwi siya na alas 7, inom siya. Magyayaya siya lumabas at magpapaka-wild siya. No, but it's kind of crazy that Ivan Johnson is back. Just because, and I say it's crazy because I'm so excited to see what he's gonna do now. I mean, he's off to a great start.
Yeah.
Getting into a fight with Frank Golia and with JP Eram for Blackwater, awesome.
Ivan Johnson bumps them down.
Wow.
You have Moala Totua. You have Troy Rosario. All of these guys pretty much occupy the same space and do everything Ivan Johnson does. They need an outside ball. They need an outside shooter na big man. Troy Rosario does that. They need someone physical inside. Moala Totua does that. I feel that if they needed a boost talaga, it was in the wings where medyo dun sila mahina with an aging Ryan Reyes not being fully healthy.
And not fully healthy RDO.
RDO's not fully healthy. So parang feeling ko they needed someone, a small forward type like Othias Jeffers.
Sa akin lang kasi parang like I think if there's one thing that the Philippine Cup showed is that Moala Totua is still a work in progress. He's still trying to find out who he is in the PBA, like what exactly his role is. Kasi he's not going to be able to defend the likes of Greg Slaughter and of Junmar and Toss. I mean, that's who Ivan Johnson is. And I think na parang you can get away with playing Johnson at the 5 and then Mo at the 4 until you start to figure out, if you're Coach Jong, you sort of figure out ano ba talaga si Moala Totua. So I think when they look at it in that perspective, then
Moala makes sense.
Yeah, Moala. Ivan makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
Sige. Okay, let's move on to some of the newer faces.
Yeah. Siguro lang, parang since to be perfectly honest, I mean, we haven't really seen them play.
Yeah. And even checking out their highlights or reading up profiles on them, it's tough to get an idea of what these guys will bring. So we'll give you a brief description of them and what we're looking out for these new guys. So for Mahindra Enforcers, we got Augustus Gilchrist.
Ganito na lang. Anyone who's big is going to be a boost for...
Yeah, that's true. And Augustus Gilchrist is 6'10". He's a 6'10" beast in the middle. And parang yung game niya is more similar to Hamadi and Jai ata than BJ Ramos.
BJ Ramos. So what's si JP Ramos?
JP Ramos.
Shout out to JP Ramos. My main man.
Yan.
Okay.
Alright. Ariz Onaku for Meralco. Ariz Onaku is a big man from what was his team before? He was former New Orleans, former Cleveland Cavaliers, also had summer league experience.
And just flew in yesterday.
Yeah.
To play Malcolm Thomas.
He's a big guy that Meralco desperately needs.
Sure.
And if there's one team that really, really needed an unlimited height import in this conference, it's Meralco. They have all the wings, they have all the point guards. Yung big man yung kulang nila.
They need that big man to play defense.
Yeah.
They need him to anchor the paint.
I think that's Onaku's main role. He's really more of like a type DeAndre Jordan type
Scoring
of player.
is fine. Like they have Newsome, they have Jimmy, they have Dillinger, they have Gary David. Scoring is fine.
Yeah.
You need a big man to limit penetration, and if there is penetration, to swat shots and to do all of that. Because Rain Hugnatan, he has great hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, San Miguel Beermen. We were expecting someone like AZ Reed to come back, but instead it's Tyler Wilkerson. What does Tyler Wilkerson bring? I don't know. Honestly, I really hope he fits more of a AZ Reed small forward type of role kesa sa big man. Because we've seen what big men do with San Miguel.
I mean, I've seen some glimpses of Wilkerson in practice watching the games. He's a tall dude. He looks like he's gonna be an athletic guy. I think he's gonna be like a monster Gabby Espinas. I think that's how he's gonna play. Just a guy who can plug in, play beside Junmar Fajardo. And yeah, I haven't really seen him play, but you want him to sort of be a stretch you want him to be someone who can, help out in the perimeter, instead of getting in the way of Junmar Fajardo.
Okay. Blackwater Elite have MJ Rhett. This guy has medyo...
Sorry, I'm gonna get my son in check. Go ahead, Paulo.
Medyo underwhelming yung stats niya, to be honest. I feel like parang 6 points, 7 rebounds. I honestly feel like Blackwater got the worst import
How's
again.
this possible, right?
Diba?
How is
I mean,
possible?
the team that needed the most help gets the worst import. But watching him play, watching his highlights, he's really a face-up kind of guy. He gets the ball in the post, but faces up more often than not. So, I don't know how that works. I'm hoping that he really is more of a compliment to Carlo Lastimosa than anything else.
Just move on from Blackwater. I don't know what Blackwater's doing, man. I'm happy though that they beat Mahindra and made it to the quarterfinals.
Good for them.
Sure.
But they're not building on by getting an import like MJ.
Get a monster.
Hopefully.
You need a monster for Blackwater.
Okay, for the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
Woo! Fuel Masters. Vroom vroom.
Kenny Adeleke. No idea about it.
JC Intaldo.
Yeah. Okay, I thought that was 2 JC Intals. Kenny Adeleke.
Big man?
Big man.
He's tall. That's our scouting report. He's
Kenny
tall.
Adeleke is plays more in the South American conference, South American leagues, and hasn't really done much of an impact there. Also, mga 7.7 rebounds.
Okay.
But he had a 32.18 rebound performance. So
he gets buckets.
yeah, he gets buckets.
You need a big man to get buckets if you're Phoenix. I'm gonna have to stop saying Barako. No, again, we're going back to we're just giving you a primer on these imports. We'll try to break them down once we've actually seen these new guys.
In their teams, because right now they're all conceptual.
Yeah, and it's the PBA. Like one poopy game if you're an import, then you're gone.
You choke someone, you're gone.
You're gone.
Diba?
You can be the best import, you're gone.
You talk bad about Manny Pacquiao, you're gone.
You're gone.
Diba?
You ain't making it to the next day.
Last guy. Brian Williams.
Brian Williams of the formerly of the ASEAN Basketball League.
You're more familiar with this guy?
I've never seen him play basketball.
Okay, Brian Williams from Westport, Malaysia. Think of him as a bigger Moala Tautua based on his
scouting.
Based on his highlight package. And we've seen what Terrence Romeo and Stanley Pringle can do with Jared Famous. I'm excited to see them do even better with Brian Williams. I feel that if there's one team that really gets a bump, it's
boost.
Yeah, it gets a boost. It's the Global Port.
If you're the Global Port import, all you need to do is get out of the way of Terence Romeo and of Stanley Pringle.
Grab boards.
Grab boards and get buckets when they pass you the ball because it's not gonna be too often. Except if you're Stanley Pringle because Stanley Pringle is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, very quickly lang, Polo. This is just your this is our Mamaru predictions. Name your 4 semifinals teams. Tapos balikan natin to after like a
4 semifinals teams. Ginebra.
Okay.
I feel Othais Jeffers is gonna be a beast. I've problems with talking text. I like Global Port. I really like this team with a big man. I can't not put in Alaska. And I can't not put in San Miguel.
So Alaska, Barangay Ginebra, San Miguel, and Global
Basically,
Port.
Ginebra bumps out rain or shine.
Okay. Mine is, I'm gonna go conservative here. I'm gonna go San Miguel, Barangay Ginebra, Token Tex, and Rain or Shine.
Okay. Alaska's not there?
No, Alaska's not there. If you're San Miguel, though, news is coming out that Fajardo is going to be out for the first 2 or 3 weeks of the conference. So, you're hoping that the depth of San Miguel with Espinas, Yancy will be enough to get a few wins because they started really slow.
And then make a final push.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I guess it's going to be it. That was our extremely raw scouting report for the imports as well as our extremely Mamaru predictions.
And your extremely movable son.
Extremely excited and noisy son. Joaquim Miguel, come here. Now...
See? There you go.
Okay, now, as we've seen with our first episode, you guys have your comments. It's not raining. You guys have your comments, you guys have your feedback, and we'd love to hear them. So, reply in the comments below. Reply to us on Twitter. I am Chuck_Araneta, Paulo_Bustamante, and si Carlo_Pamintuan, or AKA.
It's me, the real Carlo P.
The real Carlo P. So, we're gonna be back, hopefully, for another episode of FTS After the Buzzer. The episode that doesn't count because it came after the buzzer. Alright, guys. See ya.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.